Hey, I'm been running all day getting stuff in this van. I got all the metal minus the bolts and stuff and washers for the bed frame, which would be through here, but I'm stopped to eat something I do not need to be eating, because I'm trying to watch my diet big time. A McDonald's cheeseburger, but I had to go into Walmart and get some packing tape. I am doing the template for the floor, and that is, if you can see it, right down there. So, template for the floor, and we're getting that drawn out with cardboard boxes and packing tape. This will save me when we cut the plywood and get this thing done. So, got to get it done now if we're going to do it here. And it's about 9:30 at night, and I'm in the middle of the Walmart parking lot doing this because, well, that's where I'm having to park the van for a little while. So, we'll be in maybe my folks' driveway for a little while. When I insulate this, I've got to be, when the wool comes in from Havelock, I've got to be in my dad's driveway on this deal. But I did get the wool order today. Havelock is coming. Wool is the ticket right now. But before we put any wool in, I got to get the thermo barrier in. And debating in my mind, I think this thermo liner that I'm getting is going to have some sound dampening and stuff. So I don't think I need the rattle trap everybody's putting on there. There'll be soundproof stuff on it that'll take care of a lot of that, and it will. I'll build boxes over the wheel well, so that's going to take care of the insulation, a lot of that, and some stuff I may put in between there in that box. So, but be it that it may, man, I am stoked. I just got to get this done. I got so much crap going on in my brain right now. I'm going to take a little break from my music. I've got so much going on this year with my film music I'm doing, but in the middle of this build process, I got to get back. That's stuff I got to get done with that. I got to get it done. So, but one thing at a time. We're doing the template for the floor now, and it's going to be cool. So that will be real cool. As you can see, you'll see the cardboard line up to the edge of the floor. Now, what I did, excuse me one second, is I got something. Let me get this out of here. That thing you're looking at on the floor is a contour gauge. And that thing is going to save my ass as well. It was like $10 on Amazon. And you take that contour gauge and you will put it, and it'll gauge the contours of all these edges. Rounded edges I'll do for here. And this template's going to work great because when we get the plywood in, we're going to use the template to cut the edges for the flooring before we get in here. I think that'll be the ticket. So there's my knee pads, because when you get old, you need those. God, I can't be up and down. Pretty soon here, I'm going to have to put my back support on because I have back issues. Up and down ain't going to cut it. So, but that's the panels. We're going to keep using these panels. Once I get it insulated, these panels will go back on. I'll put the panels back up here. The more the merrier on that deal. Pop them back into place. Why not? That'll be a lot of the sound deadening. That's why I don't need the rattle trap. And watching videos on how these people hang this Havelock wool, they're using string and stuff, but I'm just going to use some double-sided tape. And when we get to a point where we can stuff the crevices is when we'll start doing that after I get the bulk of it in. So all of that stuff's got to be covered. It's going to take a little work. But that's probably the most meticulous of it all, you know, and it'll get done. So anyway, I'm going to get this done, and it's probably the same thing as a lot of y'all seen already on the internet, is a lot of that stuff. I got to decide on this, how I'm going to do when the cabinet, the kitchenette's going to be right in here, and some cabinetry. That button for the lighting here that I didn't know I had blew my mind. This was crazy. These had no idea they were putting this in these ProMasters. I got a lot of people in the Facebook groups are going, how in the world did you do that? I'm like, I didn't ask for it. I have no freaking clue. But anyway, that button will probably be moved, and I'll have or if I can reach it, I'll leave it there, and I'll put the light switches for the lighting in the van in the back of the cabinet. It's going to be right there. So we'll figure it out, because I got to have the switches coming in the van somewhere. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. Hey, it's kind of late here. I guess it's about midnight. A couple hours it took me to do that, about 2.5 hours to do that template, and I got it done. God, I'm hoping everything's as smooth as that went. I thought that template was going to give me a hard time, but it's very easy. I think I got some video maybe between this segment and me talking in the front, and there's some pictures I think I posted there at the beginning of the video of sections of that cardboard on how I did that. It really isn't hard. I will tell you that contour gauge that I used, if you just look that up on Amazon, it's a contour gauge, about $10. It was a company that sent 2 sizes, a big one. That really helped me because it helped me size that curve in that corner, and I drew the edge, man, and that was so cool because it's not going to be perfect, and you, honest to God, and I've seen this, you don't want it too tight. You're actually going to want a gap so it'll fit in right. But when you put in your flooring, whatever flooring you use, I'm using vinyl plank. I'm going to use a really nice, maybe a gray vinyl plank, something cool. Really good quality vinyl plank is something that water won't penetrate it through it, and you can't damage it. I'm not going to glue it down because in this situation you don't want to glue vinyl plank down. You want it to shift a little bit. The borders that we tack in, the edges, that framing is going to hold it in, but you want that gap where that shifts as well. You don't want it rigid and causing other problems, causing a lot of noises, because we're in rolling earthquakes. These vehicles, this RV is a rolling earthquake. It's always something petty with this damn thing. This thing is, I will say, has been amazing. I haven't had to do but very little, just little adjustments here and there, but this thing's been amazing. But I can't wait to get this van built and get on with that. Get on with some hashtag van life. That's what I want to do. And it's so far so good on this deal, but I'm not saying I'm not going to have any frustrations, but I've seen the frustrations other people have done with this damn spray foam and shit through the crevices, pardon my French, and all this polyiso board. We ain't doing that. I will, however, tell you something. I'm doing the wool that is already ordered, and it'll be coming in from Havelock. I said that earlier in the video, but somebody told me on one of the forums it was so cool about using polycarbonate panel. They call polygal panels. They're using for greenhouses, and it's like clear polycarbonate, almost like, it looks like plastic, but it's polycarbonate. It's heat and temperature resistant. It's a really good insulator. They use them in greenhouses, and it has air through it in a little square gap. It's about yay thin, maybe a 1/4 inch, sometimes a 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick, and it's hollow. And he did a build where he put rivet nuts up and used vinyl bolts, and they put it in the ceiling. I thought that was cool, but I think it's a bit more than what I want to do. I mean, the cool part about that is he I don't know how he did it, but he was able to template the whole ceiling and put one panel in and get it all done. But I think I'm just going to go with the glue-on 1/8" plywood on that deal. So, but that template was cool. You'll see the pictures in the video, and that is done. That's one thing off my damn list. I can get with my buddy that's going to help me do this, so we can cut plywood and draw the template. And that template will also help when we lay down the vinyl plank, because we can line up the vinyl plank over that cardboard outside, put the pieces of the puzzle together, and we can put it in a van accordingly. We can cut it as we go along. So we'll see. He's got the experience on that. I'm going to let him take the lead on that one. He's good on that stuff. So, but tomorrow is the start of my foil thermal barrier insulation came in. Not all of it. One roll came in. I can get started on it. So that's going to be interesting. The only thing is that there's no adhesive on the back of this, so I've got to use the 3M glue or the Gorilla Glue, but I'll start it with a little double-sided tape and with the glue, get it tacky and just roll it down, and we'll get that on. It's a real thin 3mm closed cell foam, and it's effective for heat reflection of getting that stuff deflected. So they say people rave that it works, so we shall see. If anything, the wool will work. The wool has thermal capabilities. Go read up about, there's a video on YouTube about Havelock. You just type in Havelock wool review, and there's people who built their vans and talk about Havelock. The thing about wool is it really should be in houses. I mean, I'm noticing that. I'm not trying to be some environmentalist. Hey, we got to use wool for everything, but it really, man, it's fireproof. It's fire retardant. I mean, you can't catch sheep on fire. That's being funny, but hey, sheep are amazing apparently. They don't hold and retain water. They get wet and they're still warm. And then they dry out, they don't mold or mildew. Who knew? Sheep don't mold, sheep don't mildew. I love it. But anyway, Sheep are just amazing animals, apparently, and we're seeing that. But God, if I ever build a site-built home again, I'm using wool in my walls in my house. I mean, I've heard so much of stuff. I know a guy, in fact, you probably have seen his channel, Jarrod Tocci. He's the man. He's using it in his van. He's been in below 0 temps, and he had heat in the van, but very well insulated, no problems at all. So anyway, I'm going to get off here. It's late, but I will keep you updated as to how the next process in this goes. Be cool. Bye.